Should we sally forth and continue to find out?
You gotta go to
The idea being
you might be asking yourself,
that
what did I just watch?
in a natural environment,
Answer?
organism. So here you are, learning about OBM. You want to learn about this stuff. You want to, like, I'm going to get into OBM. I'm going to solve it. I'm going to do the OBMs until there's no OBMs left to do. That's your attitude joining us here at the second quarter for our review stuff, right? Well, guess what? I hate to break it to you, but it's windy out here. And we have no OBM to do because the whole point of OBM is, managing things at work and being functional and reinforcers and, discriminative stimuli and all that motivations, and then the wind just screws it all up and it's all... Oh, there we go. Now we're good. Actually, it's a point in OBM to only worry about the things that you can actually control. Thanks, Wind, for making the point for me today. Appreciate it. That's another OBM thing, just taking what you get and rolling with it. Here at Psychor, we call that get shaped. When we don't know what to do, we do, and then we get shaped. Does that make any sense? We just do. We just do things. What do you do?
All the things.
All the things. Did you get shaped?
Constantly.
Nice. I love it. We just like to get shaped. It's a rambling introduction to OBM, but believe it or not, everything we just told you was kind of foreshadowing for the stuff that we've already recorded, because we record the introductions to our videos at the end of our videos, contents that we've recorded, so we know what we're going to say. That's an OBM success. Or lack of planning. One of the two. I'm not sure which. They're going to mow lawns. Watch this. This is awesome. I love it when we go on location and we film places. Dude's smoking a cigarette, rolling down the road. Like,
We have all the control.
I'm totally like out there. All right, so OBM, what is it? Organizational behavior management. So I spent a great deal of time at about 2 o'clock this morning while I was going to the bathroom thinking about whether or not that really meant the behavior of organizations or the behavior of individuals within the organization. I can't decide which. Maybe both. The problem is that we can't really control the behavior of organizations. Ask the Supreme Court about that one. But we can control the behavior of individuals, not control. We can work with the behavior of individuals within an organization. So that's what we're going to focus on. And you are probably watching this. You're maybe an RBT, becoming one, probably on your way to becoming a BCBA, or if you're a diehard fan, you're already a BCBA. Maybe a faculty member out there. But here's the thing that I want you to know, and that Brad and I want you to know about OBM. You've got the skills already. If you're at that level, if you're already a BCBA, there's not a lot left to learn about OBM. Why? How dare you say that? I minimize the whole field. Okay, that's like saying once you cut your BCBA that you've learned everything there is to learn about potty training. That's not true, right? So I'm obviously having this big overarching hyperbolic, whatever you say, going up and down, hyperbolic. Yeah, going over the top a little bit, just to demonstrate a point to you, which is that OBM is just a case of generalization of your ABA skills. You probably got most of your experience in ABA working with little ones, maybe medium-sized ones, and possibly some bigger ones. Humans, most likely. OBM is you taking those same skills, that exact same skill set of reinforcement, of, I don't know, what are the other things? Antecedent issues, consequent issues, all of those things. Understanding the context, the environment, understanding the organism as a whole, and applying those things in a business setting. Doesn't even have to be just straight up business. It could be other settings, but organizational settings. It could be a school district. It could be a university. He's getting whooped by a tree. Whap, whap, whap. It's like, this is an OBM issue. We need to move the position of the cameraman. Here he goes. Whoop. Now he's not going to get whooped by a tree. See, well done, sir. I like that solution to your problem. So
I got shaped.
He got shaped, right? And that was a great example of how, as a supervisor, if you're witnessing, if I happen to be a supervisor, which I'm not, and I was watching him in the organization, and I noticed that he had this problem and he just came up with a solution for it. Like, the outcome is still the same. The video's recording. I'm probably still in focus because he's good at that. I'm not. And we're delivering lectures and content, and it's coming about. And so the outcome didn't change, but his behavior did a little bit. As a supervisor, I'd be like, well done, dude. Nice solution. I'm proud of you for coming up with that one. Next time we get hit with something hard, why don't you come up with it? Hey, I'm going to look to you to do another one. Right? You're reinforcing appropriate behavior at work. That's kind of OBM. in a nutshell. There's a lot more to it. We're going to get into the assessment. We're going to get into evaluation. We're going to get into data. We're going to get into performance monitoring, all that fun stuff that goes along with OBM, including the context and all that. But at its core, it really is just the skill set that you already have. You're going to be doing essentially treatment plans. You're going to be doing, like I already said, reinforcement. You're going to be setting up situations to deal with motivational issues. All of those things come into play when you're doing OBM. It's just a different audience. That's it. So there are some things you need to pick up which might be unique. And one of the first things you got to realize is that everyone you're working with is probably at your level. So that makes it even more fun. So let me see. And if you're lucky, you get to do OBM in an environment where people understand behavior. And that's when it's kind of at its most like meta, because you can make jokes about reinforcers with people that you're reinforcing and using those jokes as reinforcement, which is just a fun little example that we're going to come back to later. So OBM is just a case of generalization. That's really all it is. So for you behavior analysts, if you're not a behavior analyst yet, this is all new, and this is just a new context in which you get to apply those same skills, focusing on probably adults because, child labor is an issue, and let's see, probably people that are, neurotypical, unless you're working with people that are not neurotypical. But the point being that it's just in the work environment, for the most part, maybe. Could be. Organizational, there you go. That's the key. Organizational behavior management. OBM.
Scared of a few multiple choice questions? Study so hard you'll give the exam anxiety.